Hey people, how's everybody doing today? I'm just sitting at the bottom of the stairs in my house. It's raining outside. My daughter's taking a nap. My son is listening to the podcast called Dog Talk. It's a good one if you got little brothers and sisters who you're trying to keep busy without, for a break from TV, but still something fun. Dog Talk. It's a kid's podcast. Look it up. I and my cat really wants to be on my lap right now. You want to say hi, buddy? You want to say hi? Yeah, yeah. This is Satchel. Satchel's 15. He's missing like 3 out of his 4 canines up front. They keep falling out. But he's still a pretty happy cat. So, but Satchel, I need you to go hang out someplace else right now. All right, dude? He's not going to listen. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm here to talk to you about the annotated bibliography, which I'm hoping you can get done by Monday, and which will help keep you on track for this policy proposal project that we got going on. And if you've been keeping up with the homework, if you kept up with last week's homework, this will kind of be a piece of cake. Your annotated bibliography should look like what I have on the screen, and this is the same sample annotated bibliography that I provided for you attached to the assignment. So typical heading up at the top, you want to give me just like in a short phrase, what is the topic you're talking about? Your thesis statement, which you should develop last week, which should include both the problem and 2 solutions. In last week's homework packet, a lot of people missed the solutions part of the thesis statement, but you should have also been keeping that thesis statement in your tracker. I asked you to do that so you'd have it no matter what, whether we lost the homework packet or whether we were banned from public places because of a global pandemic. I didn't know that's what would happen, but if you did that, it's useful and you'll have what you need. So again, up top, it's the topic, thesis statement, and then down below that, the part that is really the annotated bibliography is where you will put citations for 4 sources. In addition to the citation, you're also going to write a 3-sentence paragraph below it. You'll have 2 sentences that explain to me what that article is about, and 1 sentence that explains to me how you're going to use that source to support your thesis statement. Again, this example has all of those things. I'm going to really quickly walk you through from scratch how to create this, though. So you'll have a template for yourself. Where did I put mine? I've got all my stuff open, which I'll talk to you about in a second, how that's important. Here it is. Google Classroom. I also maybe spilled water on this Chromebook like 10 minutes ago, so this could like short out at any moment. Anyway, you should end up with a template that looks like this. Obviously at the top, you want to put your name. I'm going to put my cat's name since he's here. My cat doesn't have my last name. He's not part of my family. He just happens to live with me. I don't know his last name. He's never shared it with me. So I'm just going to put cat. It's due. It's for English 4. It's for me. It's due next Monday. The topic I'm going to put here is the same topic that I put in the homework packet when I was putting examples last week, which is, I'm just going to say it's the importance of empathy. From there, you should be able to mostly use what you've already done to complete this. So to get your thesis statement, you should be able to go to your policy proposal project tracker. I put the parts of my thesis statement that I wrote for last week's homework packet right in here. So I've got the problem. One of the biggest problems facing the world today is a lack of empathy. Everyone would rather focus on their own problems and thinking about how they can better understand or help others. So I've told you what the problem is, and I've tried to relatively clearly define the problem. the 2 steps there. I'm going to go over here. Did I copy that? Control C. Go on here. I'm going to do Control click and do paste without formatting because I want it to match the formatting here. I want it to show up in Times New Roman. I'm going to go back over here. My first solution: to increase society's sense of empathy, the U.S. should institute a mandatory 1-year commitment to a community service program for all 18-year-olds. Lots of countries actually do things like this, and I think it's really basically for this reason, to develop both empathy and a sense of connection to your community, which I think would be beneficial. And then my second solution: and communities should provide more opportunities for neighbors to come together and share their concerns for their neighborhoods while getting to know one another. That's the one where I feel like I'm going to need to do some more research and get more specific eventually. But for right now, that will work. Paste that formatting. So far, everything I've done, I already had done from last week. I'm literally just copying and pasting things into this document. So now let's get to the annotated bibliography. Now, if you did, once again, last week's homework, you have this. So I'm going to go to my evidence summary from last week, which is a document that you should have. Even if I haven't returned it to you yet, which I will make sure I do as soon as possible, you should still be able to see this and then copy and paste things from it. So I'm going to start by grabbing the MLA citation at the top and go back here. And I'm just going to put that right under where it says annotated bibliography. And this will be my first source in my annotated bibliography. Now, the formatting might get messed up because this document might be a different size. So just for fun, pull together. Also, it took out some of the formatting. So remember the source, the name of the source or the name of the publication should always be italicized. And then to put the hanging indent, you're always going to go to the second line right here, hit enter, and then tab. Magic. And then go down here and hit tab and then backspace. Enter, tab, tab, backspace. Enter, tab, tab, backspace. Enter, tab, tab, backspace. You know I'm going to have a song for that by the end of the week, because what else do I have to do besides chasing around a 3 and a 6-year-old? That's there. Now I'm going to go back, and the other 2 things that were here are the other 2 parts of the annotated bibliography, which is the summary of the article and then 1 sentence about how it supports your thesis. In case you didn't hear that, my son has to go to the bathroom, which he's going to do. So again, I'm just going to hit paste without formatting so it matches the formatting of this document. I'm going to head back here and grab how it supports it. Throw that in here. Again, though, you see how if you did last week's homework, you're just copying and pasting things. Bam, entry number 1 for my annotated bibliography, done. I'm going to do 3 more. I'm going to do 1 more with you right now, but just know that you should in the end have 4 sources below here. So you're going to have the 2 that we did last week in class or for homework, and you're going to find 2 more this week, put them in here. But regardless of where you get them from, this is how they go in here. I'm going to show you 1 more. I purposely did not complete the MLA citation for this one because I just wanted to walk through 1 more time how to do MLA citation. So I found this study right here, and I was reading through it so I could summarize it. This is let me maybe zoom in a little bit so we can see this even better. The study is called The Emerging Study of Positive Empathy, which was published in a journal called Social and Personality Psychology Compass. Its authors are Sylvia A. Morelli, Matthew D. Lieberman, and Jamil Zaki. It was published in 2015. Now, if I go to the very bottom of it, I can see that it was published by John Wiley and Sons Limited. That's everything I need. So let me show you how to just put this back together. I'm going to start with the first author listed, which in this case is Sylvia A. Morelli. So if I go back, I already put that there. But so I've got Morelli, comma, Sylvia A, comma. Because there's more than two authors, they use, I put et al, which is short for et alia, which in Latin means and others. So that's a way of, you don't have to write every single author's name. You just put the first author listed, you put comma, et al, period, to show that this was written by Sylvia Morelli and others. The next thing that goes in the MLA citation is the title of the article. In this case, let me make sure I got it right, The Emerging Study of Positive Empathy. Did I get that right? The Emerging Study of Positive Empathy. That goes inside quotation marks with a period at the end, and that period is inside the quotation marks. I guess that way. It's reversing. It's inside the quotation marks. Next will be the name of the publication, which in this case is Social Personality Psychology Compass. I just copied that from this PDF. I'm going to go in here, control click, paste without formatting, bam. But then because it is the title of the publication, I'm going to italicize that, comma after it. And now we're going to go back and find the name of the publisher, which again was John Wiley and Sons Limited. Paste, copy in that. Come back here. Once again, control, click, paste that formatting. I know it was published in 2015. And then I just need to get the link for it. This, like when I downloaded and opened its own thing. So I'm going to come back here, control click, copy link address, come back here, control click, paste without formatting, period, and it's done. Except for, what do I need to do, guys? Sorry, I feel like I'm suddenly hosting an episode of Blue's Clues, and I'm like, what am I going to do? And you're going to tell me, but I forgot the hanging indent. So again, I forgot my own song. Enter, tab. This just goes on one line, so I don't need the tab backspace. It's enter, tab, enter, tab, enter, tab, enter, tab. That's it. So this is in my evidence summary. So let me copy and paste this back into my annotated bibliography. Paste without formatting. I think I'm going to do the song one more time because the everything changed a little bit here when I copied and pasted it. So I'm going to go back, make sure this is italicized because it's the name of the publication. Enter, tab, tab, backspace. I'm not bored at all, guys. And then I just need to go back and grab the rest of that. So I've got my summary right here. Control C. Control click. Paste without formatting. And then back here, grab my one sentence that details how it supports my thesis statement. Go here, control click, paste without formatting, and voila. So just by copying and pasting the work that I did last week, my annotated bibliography is more than halfway done, right? I've got the thesis statement up top, and I've got 2 sources that I found last week. The only thing I'll have to go do now is find 2 more sources that somehow support my thesis statement and put them in here. So again, just to review, the components of the annotated bibliography. Like any assignment for an English class, you should always have your header at the top, your name, the name of the class, the name of the teacher, and the date that it's due. For an annotated bibliography, you then just summarize what is the topic. So I'm writing about the importance of empathy. You're taking your thesis statement that you wrote last week for homework and that you should have tracked in your project tracker. You're copying and pasting that into here. You're done with the top part then. Then comes the real annotated bibliography, which you're going to put under the words annotated bibliography. And that is just putting an MLA citation for each source, and then a 3-sentence paragraph that includes a 2-sentence summary and 1 sentence explaining how the article you found supports your thesis statement. You're going to do that 4 times. So I've got 4 sources. You should already have 2 from last week that you're literally just copying and pasting in here because I asked you to do everything you need for this last week, knowing it would help you this week. And then 2 that you're going to find this week. So 2 more articles, 2 more sources, again, with the MLA citation and a 3-sentence paragraph, 2-sentence summarizing the source, and 1 sentence explaining to me how that source supports your thesis statement. I try to go through that as clearly and as slowly as possible just because the understanding the whole assignment and how it comes together can be a little confusing, I think, when it's the first time you're doing it. But again, this is a super common assignment across all sorts of classes in college. So it's an important one to understand how to do. That's it for now. If you have additional questions about how to format this or anything that was unclear while I went through this, please leave a comment somewhere. I'm going to throw this on my YouTube channel because I've got a YouTube channel now, apparently. And it'll be in Google Classroom. So either email me or drop a comment somewhere. And I will do my best to respond to those as soon as possible. But in the end, I hope this video was helpful. So thanks for being here. Thanks for being awesome. And stay safe out there, guys. I'll talk to you soon.